Hi. Does your work relate to managing operations and maintenance of water infrastructure? Have you thought that using smartphones and digital technology could make this work much more efficient? I'm Petri, Product Manager for mWater and Solstice, and in this video I'll talk about our issues or tickets features that allow you to do exactly that for water and much more besides. In this video, we'll look at what issues are in our free platform, how they work, and then we will look at filling in an individual issue through the smartphone. And finally, we'll look at how to manage and visualize and analyze a bit of that data. So let's begin. First of all, what do we mean by issues? I'll give you a couple of examples. For example, water point functionality issues. So if something breaks, you can track it, you can see and give updates when it is fixed and visited, and then you can check and verify that everything's complete and close the issue. It's possible to track the downtime of water points so that you can see the uptime indicator of water points. You can look at other infrastructure as well, such as health facility functionality, and you can go even underground and log pipe leaks and track the whole repair process. So, in a nutshell, by issues we mean a way to track operational and maintenance problems from start to finish. You see the whole journey. We have a number of different issue types available in the portal, so either portal.mwater.co or solstice.world, but they all have up to 4 phases that users can fill in. Those phases have different contents depending on the issue type, meaning they have different fields of data that you can fill in either on the smartphone or on the website and the portal. The first phase is when somebody opens an issue and typically notes what the issue is and where in the world it's located, ideally linking to a piece of infrastructure such as a water point. Then users can give as many updates as are needed in the course of resolving that issue. It's useful to give an update when the issue is not yet resolved, but something important and of relevance can be added to the information regarding the issue. Then, when the water point, for example, has been repaired, an issue can be marked as resolved, and then additional information can be given at that stage, such as when was the issue fixed and how it was fixed. And we also have a fourth stage where a manager can review the resolution and then finally close the issue when it can be confirmed as being resolved. So these are the 4 steps that you can go through to track an issue from start to finish. And note also that issues, once they've been opened, can be assigned to 1 or more users. Then these users get push notifications on their smartphones, meaning they will see something pop up even if the app itself is closed, so that you can imagine that a water technician, when they get assigned an issue, get an alert on their phone that, hey, they should go out there into the field and look at this problem and fix it. Opening an issue in the mWater app or the Solstice app is very simple. You can, for example, just click the Add button at the bottom bar, select Create an Issue, pick the issue you want to create, and then start filling in information. So let's do this live. I'm here, signed in into my mWater app, and I'm starting an issue. Let's create an issue. Let's create a water point functionality issue. And we see that this is basically similar to a survey in mWater and Solstice. We can pick and have to pick a water point that is experiencing a problem. It is a site, so it exists as a separate piece of data, and that enables us to keep updating the same site over time. And here we select what type of issue out of the options available to us in this example. Let's say maintenance is required. I can describe the problem and I can add a photo. Once I've given enough information, I can submit problem, and once I have synced the data, it will hit the mWater or Solstice server, and managers can see that. If I want to find this issue, again on my smartphone, I can go to Tasks and select Issues. Here I will see any issues that have been assigned to me, or created by me, or ones that I have set to be watched by me. Let's say that this gets assigned to me, my demonstration account. Here I can see the evolution of the issue as we update it, as we resolve it. So, in our example, let's imagine that we've alerted a technician to the problem with the water point. They arrive and they give an update. So they, in their phone, go to the Tasks tab and say that the problem has been diagnosed, and let's say there's silt in the mechanism of this particular pump and tap, and we submit it. So now we see the whole story of the issue starting to unfold. We have the opening and we have the update. Okay, let's say later the same day, the technician comes back and resolves the issue and chooses how the issue was resolved out of the options that are available. Was it a successful repair, workaround in place, replacement, abandoning the water point altogether, or simply the problem had disappeared, for example. And here comments can be given. Now we see the opening, the updating, and the resolution. And that's how easy it is to open and update issues in the mWater and Solstice app. You can also locate these water points, of course, in the map if you're walking out in the field. So this is meant to be a very effective tool for locating infrastructure and helping you resolve issues around it. Well, we've resolved the issue, but we still need to see that it is successfully done and our manager closes it. How do we do that? We can jump to the portal, so either portal.mwater.co or solstice.world, and go to the Issues tab, where we see a big list of issues that we can see. Let's refresh the page now that we have synchronized with the server from our app, and we should be able to see this latest issue. Here we go. It's marked as resolved, and I can click into it as the manager. I can see what's been happening. Okay, there's an update and there's a resolution. I'm happy with what I see, and I can close it. If it turns out that things weren't quite so successfully resolved, I can also reopen the issue or just generally add comments. I'll choose to close the issue in my example, and I can leave final notes and comments before I submit my response. So you can see that this is almost equivalent to 4 separate surveys in mWater and Solstice, but they're all tied together because they're part of the same issue. And so on and so on. You can open new issues and manage your workflow. Now, I'd also like to show you how to analyze and view this data. So, as we saw, you can manage issues in the portal on the Issues page, but it's important to know that issues are also data sources that you can select when you're building dashboards, maps, consoles, or data grids in mWater or Solstice. And this makes it especially easy to track the various phases of an issue: open, update, resolve, and close. And if the issue has a site question or a GPS location question, it also means that you can easily map the issue data, and any data that is collected in an issue you can also analyze and see and put on a chart, put on a map, and so on. So how do we do this? Let's jump back into the portal. Here I've got a demonstration dashboard seeing issues all over the world. I want to see ones that are resolved. I can use this filter and you can see that it's interactive, everything updates. We've got a map, we've got a chart, and we've got a list of table, If I click an item on a table, I can view the details of that issue as well. And this is just an example of what we could build. So let's try and recreate a bit of this still in this video. So I'm going to dashboards. I want to create a new dashboard. I select make a dashboard. And you can, of course, view our videos on building visualizations in mWater and Solstice to learn more about this side. And let's make a chart. I drag the chart widget onto the dashboard and I click into it to start designing it. I will recreate the bar chart. And here I need to select my data source. This is the really key step where I find the issue that I'm interested in by not selecting sites, surveys, or indicators, but issues. And here I can choose the water point functionality issue. Now I've got my recipe, I've got my ingredient book handy in terms of my data source, and now I can explore all the data that has been captured in that issue. So you see all the 4 stages here, the open stage, update, resolve, and close, and here all the data that can be captured and recorded for those stages is visible. I'm interested in the state. The state means the phase, the state open, resolved, closed, and updated if that were to be there. And we can see the split, and for example, to make it a bit more visually appealing and informative, I can add a color scheme that marks the open ones in a more alerting color. And that's the basic idea. I'll save this by giving it a name. Issues demonstration. And let's add a map as well. So I drag a map, click the cogwheel on the top right, and here I need to be careful because I do not want to map sites directly, I want to map issues. So I want to use markers, markers just being points on the map. Select markers, and I already have my data source available. I need to find the location information, which I know is in the water point. So always looking for the GPS location information. And here the widget knows how to map what I've selected. So here I do the same thing, change the color scheme to match the bar chart. Maybe change the background to be a bit more useful. And the layer name, water point functionality issue. So this is all to just demonstrate to you how all of the data that you collect in issues is at your fingertips when you want to build custom dashboards or maps or consoles to then manage the workflow as you best see fit. So we give you a lot of these free and flexible tools, and you can use them as you like. Now we have an interactive dashboard plugged into our live data. So, as we've seen, issues allow you to track maintenance and operations work from start to finish, from the discovery that a water point has an issue that needs repairing, to updates, to the actual resolution, to review and closing. You'll see that there are a number of free and open issue types already available in mWater and Solstice. And if you want to use it more for your organization and have something more customized to the needs of your organization, as many organizations already do, please talk to us, for example, through info@mwater.co or info@solstice.world, and let's work together on creating issue types that work for you. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to see all the latest features and guidance and videos that we produce, and just stay in touch with our global community of over 100,000 users. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.